Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining me once again. Well, here we go with the BS. You know, I didn't know this because I don't keep up with this, but because I don't watch the Grammys. But apparently, the Grammys was yesterday, Sunday, and apparently, celebrities took a shot at rap legend Nicki Minaj because of her support for, Trump and all this. And they took aims at her, ridiculing her during the Grammy Awards. And before I even read you a portion of this article, it's just disgusting to me how divisive this country has become. Why don't these people just go ahead, get their reward, and sit the HELL down? They got to get up here and attack. I have never seen so much hate in my life. Never. If it was, I wasn't paying attention to it. But apparently that's what's going on. And Nicki Minaj has launched an attack back at them. So let's get right into this, and we're going to find out what the dealio is here. Okay. But this is absolutely unacceptable, distasteful, and disgusting. The way these people are. It really is. But anyway, rap legend Nicki Minaj is blasting back at Democrats after the left-wingers at the Grammys tried to make her a target of ridicule on Sunday. She had a particular warning for Christians who might be foolish enough to vote for Democrats in future elections. And I'm going to say something about that as well, because I know people are going to raise an argument about this, about her criticizing Christians that vote Democrat. The article goes on, in one of her post-Grammys missives on X, Minaj warned Christians that voting for Democrats is entirely non-Christian. Quote, any Christian who votes Democrat again is a fool. They're showing people that it's okay to disrupt the church during worship. This is how they truly feel about you. The veil is lifted. These are apparently her words. No morals, no integrity. It's not enough for them to have an opinion. They've escalated to physical intrusion. That's true. They've escalated to physical intrusion of places of worship. That's true. And it's going to continue if nobody steps up and says something about it or does something about it. She goes on, the demons inside of them are so bothered all the time, she wrote. And that's how I feel about this. I feel when you start pushing back at this demonic force, regardless of who is being manifest in, it's going to be manifest. The demonic spirits are going to be manifest regardless of who is in, whether it's anybody, Democrat, Republican, whatever. When people have demons in them and you push against those demons and you push righteousness and truth and reality, those demons get aggravated and they manifest. They demonstrate how messed up they actually are. They start showing their ugly heads. And this is what Nicki Minaj is basically saying in so many ways. These spirits in these people are manifesting themselves. Wow. She says, let's see. This phone keeps acting up. Her post came on the heel of her name being ridiculed at the Grammys on Sunday. Grammys host Trevor Noah, who left Comedy Central Daily Show on 2022 after losing 75% of the show's audience, of course, took aim at Minaj and her recently burnished appreciation of President Donald Trump. Quote, Nicki Minaj is not here, Noah said from the stage at Crypto Arena. Quote, she is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Queer artists and why are you saying that? I mean, why was that important for him to say that? All he had to do was get up and say what he needed to say. I mean, you don't have to say anything about why was that important? What did that have to do with anything? Let's go on. Here's the one that really, really, really disturbed me. Queer artist and actor Billy Porter, who I know nothing about and don't care about, also attacked Minaj by saying, quote, F her during an interview on the red carpet. Really? Is this real? I'm reading to you guys this article here. Is this really what this person said? This is absolutely unacceptable and disgusting. All because somebody supports a president that you don't like? The Grammys attacks came only days after Minaj appeared at the launch of the president's Trump accounts program last Wednesday. Regardless, Minaj was in no mood to sit idly by as Noah and other left-wing artists at the Grammys attacked her either. She gave as good as she got on her social media. And sometimes you have to retaliate. Sometimes you have to rebuke these people, because if not, they're going to keep coming at you. Now, I wouldn't fight tit for tat with them. Sometimes I ignore them because I think they're stupid and evil and satanic, and they're on their way to hell if they don't get right. So sometimes I'll just ignore them. But sometimes you got to retaliate to these people, because they're going to keep doing them and keep doing it too. Sometimes you have to rebuke them demons in the name of Jesus. Okay? You just have to rebuke them because they're full of the devil. And sometimes you have to speak out. And this clearly is what Nicki Minaj is doing here. She says, she blasted Noah as a closeted gay man, writing, quote, Trevor refuses to come out of the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend, allegedly. Wow. She also insisted that a top pop artist is a Satanist in a cryptic post. I can't read all of it. It says, your favorite artist has been practicing, but I can't read all of it. It's kind of like blocked off. And this article keeps messing up. Keeps freezing on me. But apparently, wow, that's crazy. But anyway, Minaj has used the horror movie character of Chucky as a theme for several years. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but here's a picture of Chucky. So this is on the post here. So I don't know if you can see it that well. But I guess apparently that was on X. And she put a picture of Chucky up there. And I didn't notice. The article goes on to say, Minaj has used the horror movie character of Chucky as a theme for several years. She then posted that, quote, God would not be mocked. The super bass rapper also took a swipe at far left model Chrissy Teigen, whatever her name is. But anyway, oh, come on. This thing keeps freezing up on me. People, forgive me. The devil. Okay. Look at it. It just keeps freezing up on me. I don't know what's going on with this phone. But anyway, well, I think I read all I'm going to read anyway. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm going to read anyway, because it's acting satanic. But anyway, yeah. Devil mad, as he always is. So that's all I'm going to read right there. I was having some issues with the article. I couldn't seem to move the article page up or down for whatever. It's just freezing up on me. And I know somebody may be thinking, why don't you get a new phone? I just got the phone. It is a new phone. So think about that, all right? But yeah, anyway, I mean, hooray for her, really. Now, I'm no fan of Nicki Minaj. I wasn't then. I'm not necessarily now. I mean, I don't know what this could be, some kind of way of trying to keep division going. I don't know. But I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it on the lower level and say, hurrah for Nicki Minaj. Hurrah for her. And to go back to what she said about rebuking Christians for voting Democrat. Okay. And how she said that, if you vote, it's wrong for you to, basically for Christians to be voting for these Democrats and the things that they're doing and so forth. Somebody may bring up the argument, at which point I may have slightly done so in the past. How could someone like Nicki Minaj talk about Christians bringing up, Christians voting for Democrats who have no morals and no integrity and all the rest, when she has repeatedly performed songs that are anything but moral? They're sexually provocative, very sexually provocative. Can we say Anaconda? You know how sexually provocative that was, right? And someone made me bring that argument up. And when I thought about that, I thought about this. I thought about that, and then I thought about this as a rebuttal to that argument. That may be true to some extent, but two things. Number one, is it a possibility that Nicki Minaj may have changed? Yes. None of us is born perfect. We're all born sinners. And it's not like we become Christians when we're born in the world. We become changed people later on sometime in life. Is it a possibility that she changed? Yes. Another thing, too, in terms of her music, the music that I believe she was singing probably wasn't the music that she wanted to sing. It was the music that the record executives and the producers wanted her to sing. 9 times out of 10, a lot of the music that a lot of these rap artists sing, particularly the female rap artists that are sexually provocative, is because the record labels want them to sing that garbage. That's usually the reason why. It's not really because these rap artists, these female rap artists and male rap artists, but female rap artists in particular, are just nasty, freaky people necessarily, except maybe Sexy Red. If you want to call her sexy, I think she's just a hood rat, nasty hood rat that is not sexy at all. But anyway, I think it's just the record labels that push that type of stuff on these female rap artists, and they have to sing it, or else they ain't going to make any money. They won't. They're bound by their contract. So that's a possibility right there. It could be that, hey, she's doing this because she sung those kind of rap songs, is because the record label made her do that type of stuff. Now somebody may say, well, man, come on, I don't know if that's fair. Well, let's go back a few years. In the 1970s, some of you may or may not know her, but her name was Donna Summer. She was considered to be the queen of disco music. And for all of you generation whatever as you call yourself now, generation Z's or Y's or whatever, disco was very, very prominent back in the 1970s, and Donna Summer was the number one. By the way, she was black, was the number one person in disco. She was the queen of disco, considered to be the queen of disco. And she did not like singing a lot of those provocatively sexy songs. She didn't like singing them, but she had to sing them. You want to know why? Because she had a contract. And the contract said you got to sing these kind of songs. But she hated it. But she sung it because she was bound by the contract. When that contract was over, she started singing songs that she liked to sing, that were more conscious and more morally based. So the same thing could be with Nicki Minaj, okay, when it comes to her songs. So in terms of people saying, well, she is in no moral position to try to critique Christians about voting for Democrats, not necessarily, okay? Because the two reasons that I just mentioned could be the two reasons that are justified in what she's doing. Okay, she could possibly be in a moral position to critique and judge Christians. And it's a shame that someone like Nicki Minaj has to say, hey, Christians, y'all shouldn't be voting for these Democrats. Because those are the people that, let's keep it real. People like Don Lemon and the other individuals that went inside that church, protesting in that church, disrupting that church service, clearly were Democrats. They were Democrats. They certainly weren't Republicans. They certainly weren't conservatives. They were Democrats. And and in so many ways, she's saying it's a shame, and I'm elaborating on what she said. It's a shame for Christians to vote for a political party that promotes and encourages that kind of behavior. And then sit back and say, oh, the devil busy. Oh, the devil busy. Well, if the devil is busy, Christians that vote for Democrats, if the devil is busy, why do you keep fueling him? Why do you keep putting the fire underneath his feet? Why do you keep giving them energy by voting for politicians that promote his agenda? That's stupid, dumb, and ignorant. I'm sorry. It's hard for me not to say that because people act that way, man. People live that way. When people live that way and act that way on a consistent basis, that's what I'm going to call it. You do it two times, and that's different. You just don't know. But when you continuously do that, you gotta be foolish. You gotta be a fool. You gotta be. That characterizes you because you keep doing the same dumb thing over and over and over again, and then complain about what's going on in the society when you keep voting for people that push, promote, and encourage the stuff you see in society. Duh. What sense does that make, bro? Sister, what's up? This is Black History Month. I hope a lot of black people wake up to the stupidity of what they're doing when they vote for these Democrats. But anyway, she was talking about these rebuking Christians for doing this. And I feel she has for voting for these Democrats, and I feel she has a valid argument. But going back to these celebrities saying the things that they said, you know, it's and I didn't watch that mess. I didn't watch it, and I don't want to watch it. Okay, but it is a shame. It is an absolute shame that we have come to this point in our country where you have celebrities getting up during Grammys at the red carpet and all this type of stuff saying F you or F her to some celebrity simply because they like or admire a particular politician. I don't know if that has ever happened in the past. Maybe it did. I don't know. Maybe you guys can clue me in in the comment section that this happened in the past with some other celebrity that liked a politician, and another celebrity didn't like the fact that celebrity liked that politician and said something like F that celebrity or whatever. Maybe it is. I don't know. But we have become so hateful and so divided. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, to sum the video on this, some have made the argument that the only reason why Nicki Minaj is siding with Trump is for political reasons. Well, not political reasons, but for personal reasons. I don't know. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But from what I understand, she's always was on the trajectory towards liking Trump to begin. She always liked Trump from the beginning. During the Biden administration, she never spoke negative about him that I knew of. And in so many senses, she did speak positive about him. But it was not out in the open. It was not as blatant as it is now. And the reason clearly for that was because it was under the Biden administration. If you do something like that as a celebrity, you risk getting canceled. Those were some horrible years for a lot of people. I faced some crazy stuff on my job. I almost got fired on my job for supporting Trump. And if that had happened, I'd have sued the HELL out of that place. I would have sued them so bad. And I would have won because God is with me. How stupid can you be? You going to fire somebody or threaten to fire somebody because they like some kind of politician? You about the most satanic, demonic piece of trash this earth can belch up. That is disgusting. And it's wrong, and there's no way on God's green earth that can be justified. We need to stop it. And it's disgusting that Trevor Noah, whoever else, said what he said. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. People like that, in my opinion, need to be locked up because they scare me. They scare me. I don't know what those people are capable of doing. If you that evil and satanic and dark on the inside that you willing to come out on the red carpet and say F her on the red carpet? Are you serious, dude? Are you kidding me? No wonder your show went off air. You a piece of trash. You are. And God gonna get you. Because if Nicki Minaj is if she's truly saved, if she truly transitioned and gave her life to Christ, if that's real, and you said those things, God is taking notes. And you can say all day, Trevor, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. But he believes in you. The old saying goes, oh, you believe you talking about you don't believe in God don't mean nothing. Like that's supposed to scare God. I don't believe in God. Like you not believing in God nullifies his existence. Man, stop it. Die and find out. That's all I'm going to say. I'm in the video on this. Trevor, Noah, die, and whoever else. And I'm not saying I'm wishing him to die. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Die and find out. Because you ain't coming back. Ain't no reincarnation, homie. Ain't no reincarnation. You ain't coming back after that. Die and find out. And see what happens. You're going to see, you're going to find out he really does exist. But it's going to be too late to get right then. I'm just saying. So, yeah, that's what I had to say about that. That I had to speak on that because that is absolutely insane, the things these people were saying. But I applaud Nicki Minaj for coming back and giving them a taste of their own medicine. These people are really, really sick. These people are demented. And I think they need help. They really do because and they make me nervous. They make me nervous. Far left radical people like that, whether they be celebrities, they make me nervous. Because I don't never see them do or say or anything that's real healthy. I never do. I never do. It may be some, but I don't know of any. Please let me know. But I'm just saying, what do you guys think about this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. God bless you all, and see you again.